What's up, people? It's the Business of Everyday podcast with Adwoa Benewaa. Keep listening. Keep listening.
My experience with insurance salespersons caused me not to want nothing to do with insurance. Talk of issues of claims. Oh boy, another headache. But is that really the case or just my experience or false testimonials? Join me today as I engage my friend Isaac Amoyaw on insurance. Let us find out if there's really a need for it, especially in this tough economic situation we find ourselves in. Isaac Amoyaw is a young professional focused on building a career in insurance. He sees insurance as a universal product needed by everyone and a unique way to give people some peace of mind. The goal is to make Amoyaw the most preferred insurance professional in Ghana by 2025. This is his goal and I love it. Okay, now let's get into it. Hey guys, it's good to be back on here with another episode of our Money Matters series. Today we are talking about insurance and I have a very good friend who is well versed in all things insurance to talk us through the subject. It's been a while since I saw him, but today I have him here and I'm honored to have you, the boss of all insurance.
Thank you very much.
Join me. Hi Isaac.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, what am I supposed to say? Welcome. Thank you.
How is everything going?
I'm good. We're trying.
Awesome. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate that the listeners cannot see, but maybe.
It is to check out Fugu Plus on Facebook and Instagram. Fugu Plus.
Okay. All right. So today we are talking about insurance, and I mean, there are a whole lot of things surrounding insurance, and even me personally, when I was in university, if I really got the understanding of what insurance really was, I would have started at an early stage. Because, university, how much are you getting that, these people will come at you and you're like, oh, register for this and you can be putting in just the little you have. The people didn't tell us the truth. They were like, oh, we are just doing a survey. So at the end of the period, even when we are going to start, we will tell you that, oh, we are going to begin. So are you still involved? Not knowing the people, they were actually going to use our details for those things. So me too, I was in a hurry. I just gave them my details and then they did everything. Me, the money, how much is it? And then every month they'll be deducting. I stopped using that bank account. And it was, I don't know if I should mention the name.
Please don't mention.
Yeah. So I just stopped. So for a long time, when I see anyone working for that company, I was like, these people, you are not truthful. So I mean, when they want customers on board, they will tell you all kinds of things and they don't really try to get you to understand what you are getting yourself into. If I really got the understanding from that point, I would have just, opted for that and then done that willingly. But at the time, I was like, Charlie, even if it's 2 cedis that you are taking, I wasn't happy with that. So I stopped using that account. Okay, so we are talking about insurance. Can you tell us what insurance is and what we need to know about insurance?
Okay, let me try not to be academic in the definition of insurance.
Okay.
Insurance basically is saying that give me an agreed amount of money at an agreed interval.
Okay.
Then when risks A, B, C, D happens, I give you this amount. Practically, for example, you pay your motor insurance to your insurer. So that when the vehicle is involved in any form of accident or any risk that you are insuring happens, you go for what you call a claims, or a compensation. So now if we are allowed to take a step back, it's basically a pool, more like a susu box, where everybody's putting his money inside. Then we can say that, okay, this particular risk that we are insuring, say fire, can happen to anybody. So let's put our money together. If it happens to, person A, we give the money to person B. If it happens to person C, we give the money to person C. It's very unlikely that it will happen to all of us at the same time.
Right.
So, that's one person does not feel the pressure of whatever is happening on him or her or affecting the business or the life of the person. We put that pool together, then we find a way of distributing it. So, the insurance companies are just more like susu collectors.
Okay.
They are putting the pool together so that at the right time, whoever needs it, is, paid. Yeah.
So in some way, it even looks like it's serving the purpose of an emergency fund.
Basically, it's an emergency fund because, we only come to you when you've experienced some form of emergency.
Yeah. So is there really a need for insurance? Do you think it's a need, or it's something that we can choose to do it or not?
Yes, I'm happy you used a need. It is actually a serious need.
Okay.
Because we are exposed to all forms of risk, even in our sleep. From the time we wake up, move your car, or however you go to work, we are exposed to all sorts of risks. So there are insurance available for all these kinds of risks that we are exposed to.
Okay.
And they come in various forms.
Okay.
So insurance basically indemnifies us. What do I mean by that? You are at a level in life. Now, an occurrence or a risk that you are exposed to can bring you down. Now, what insurance does is that we put you at where you were before the risk occurred.
Right.
For example, your car is involved in an accident and you have a correct insurance, say comprehensive.
Okay.
Now, what comprehensive will do for you, what your insurer will do for you, is to either repair the car for you or buy you a car of the same age and spec.
Okay.
If that is maybe a bit difficult, then we pay you the value you put on your car. So in essence, we've put you at where you were before the incident happened.
Yeah.
So in insurance, we don't make profit.
Okay. Is that really the case, or?
As in, the one buying the insurance policy does not make profits.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's life insurance, you are putting a value on the life you are insuring. And based on the value that you put on the life you are insuring, you pay an agreed amount every month.
Yes.
So when the life you've insured, say, passes on, then you said the life is worth this value.
Yeah.
And that is the sum insured that you chose.
Yes.
Then based on your sum insured, you pay a premium, which you pay monthly.
Yes.
So we give you that amount that you say is the worth of your father's life or your mother's life or whoever is taking care of you. Yeah. So technically, you don't make profit.
Right.
It's supposed to put you at where you were before the incident happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I have a question, but I'll ask later on. So what would you say are the types, as you were speaking right now, you mentioned comprehensive and all that. We don't understand. So if you could take us through the types of insurance products available. Yeah.
So basically, we have general insurance, which takes care of non-life assets.
Okay.
Buildings, vehicles, factory, shops, warehouse, machines. Those are non-life. We call them general. Then we have life, which goes to insure the life of people.
Okay.
Say yourself, your children, your spouse, your parents, or your guardian, or whatsoever.
Okay.
Yes. Then we have health insurance, which says that, okay, I'm paying this amount as premium.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a cap of this usage. So if I say I pay 10,000 every year as health insurance, it's not that high though. I'm just using an example. Every year for my health insurance.
Okay.
And my cap is say 50,000 or 70,000 cedis. That means I can go for health services. I can go to the hospital and receive service worth that 70,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's health insurance.
Right.
It also comes in different packages where you can access surgeries, or others you can only access OPD services.
Okay.
So I've mentioned general, life, health. You have pensions.
Okay.
Where we are saying, in Ghana, it's dominated by the SNITs.
SNITs, yeah.
Yeah. So where we are saying, okay, you are paying this amount of contribution every month whilst you are working. When you hit, say, 60, then we do, based on our calculations, either we give you a lump sum or we pay you monthly till you die.
Okay.
So all these four are forms of insurance that come in various forms. Basically, what they are doing is that they are protecting you from a certain risk.
Right.
That we don't know when it will happen. Others we know when it will happen. For example, pensions.
Okay.
But like the life, general, and health, we don't really know when it will happen.
So, about this insurance, do you think that when we put our monies, when we go for any kind of policy, do you think that it's a worthy investment? How is the money being protected? Is there any way that, there can come a time that they'll be telling us stories that, you've lost your money, or like for insurance, there's no way you can lose your money at all?
I doubt if you can lose your money in the insurance industry. The insurance industry is highly regulated.
Okay.
there are a lot of things that happen in the industry that does not come out.
Okay.
If a company is not doing well, the regulator finds a ways around it to protect the insuring public from that. So there are companies that have been closed down, but the public doesn't hear about it.
Okay.
Because some of these things, it is not the happening that will cause a problem, but the panic. So, I mean, a couple of companies have gone down since 2019. I mean, and some of them have been absorbed by other companies. Basically, what they do is that they say stop selling new businesses.
Okay.
Then you manage the ones that you've already sold.
Okay.
So you have the last one.
Okay.
Then, I mean, they find a way around it. But the insurance industry is highly regulated.
Okay.
And I doubt if we can have any issue like what happened in other industries. That's, yeah.
Okay. So, in all that you are talking about, are there specific things that we should look out for in terms of even the companies that we want to buy these insurance policies from?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that we should look out for, and how do we go about choosing the right insurance for whatever need that we may find ourselves in?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first of all, regularly the various regulators issue list of companies that are in good standing.
Okay.
And they put them on their website. So we have the National Pensions Regulatory Authority.
Okay.
NPRA.
Okay.
Then that takes off pensions. And we have to know that pension is not listening that handles pension. They are private pension companies. Then we have the National Health Insurance Authority. They regulate the health insurance industry.
Yeah.
Then we have the National Insurance Commission. They regulate the general and the life. That's the non-life and life insurance companies, yes. And regularly they put out names of companies that are in good standing.
Okay.
So that is from the regulator's point.
Okay.
Now, at our end, I think when you're buying insurance, what you need to look at is what you are covering.
Okay.
So you're buying insurance and you want to know what exactly this particular policy I'm buying is covering. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people look at the premium, which to me is less relevant.
Okay.
Because I can give you a less premium, but it's not covering anything.
Okay.
Now, the relevance of the insurance, the importance of the insurance is the paying of the claims. It's the risk I'm covering, not the money I'm taking. So when you buy insurance, most of the time you realize that when you're buying insurance, the service is not provided when you are buying the policy, but when something happens.
Yes.
That's when you know that I did not buy the right
one.
or the person did not tell me the right. Not give me the right information. So I would say that after looking at the regulatory level,
okay,
know exactly what you want covered.
Okay.
Then specifically ask for that. Now, we have incidents where people buy policies and they forget or they refuse to read the documents.
Okay.
Which is one of the biggest mistakes one can make. Because you can buy a policy and the person will give you a document that does not cover what you intended to buy. And you have every right to, you know what, this is what I want. If you can give me this, then refund my money. It's your money. So after knowing what you want, when you pay your premium and you're being given a document, read to make sure that whatever you ask for is what's in the document.
Okay.
Otherwise, you pay your premium for several months or years, then the D-Day comes for you to make a claim and they tell, this is not even covered.
Okay.
But you know very well that when you're dealing with the person, you told the person this is what I want covered. You go back and the person is not even with the company again.
Yeah.
And it brings unnecessary stress. We sometimes give the industry a bad name.
Yes.
That brings me to the comment I wanted to pass on the experience you shared when you were in school. There are people who are a bit unethical with selling.
Yeah.
Which I know the current commissioner is very serious about that. And if you get reported, you'll be blacklisted, you'll be sacked from the industry.
Okay.
Yes. So you don't go about lying to people just because you want them to sign on to your products.
Yes.
And because you want your commission or whatsoever. You put the whole industry in a mess. So the commission has decided to now train most of the agents themselves.
Okay.
So they are training, like the last time I checked, they've trained almost 10,000 people for free.
Okay.
On selling insurance products ethically. So if there's an incident of unethical or what you call mis-selling, you are in big trouble.
Yeah.
That is what I think has been a problem for the industry over the years. People telling clients what the product does not cover, just so that the person can just sign on, which it's not fair and professional.
Now we're talking about claiming the insurance. there are lots of stories around. People who are like, these people, they are not correct. Like, you want something urgently, this thing has happened, and they are now calling for this, asking for this and that. Meanwhile, I need this thing urgently. So there are a whole lot of issues concerning claims, and it's a turn-off for people when you talk of insurance. Like, why will I put my money somewhere and it's time for me to take it, and you people are giving me a hard time? So, like, the claim, is there something that we should know to prepare ourselves, even as, we're already participating or we've already bought, policies and all that? How do we prepare ourselves for this, and how do we, lay claim of what belongs to us?
Truth of the matter is that there are times that genuinely the checks have delayed. So I have a client whose check is with me now. I received it Thursday around 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. and I couldn't have sent to the bank to deposit for him.
Okay.
His check was signed around 18th November, but there are 2 signatories to the check.
Okay.
One person was available, the other person was not available. Such a delay is obviously from our end. Now there's another part or cause of delay, which is always from the client's end. A client is involved in an accident. I'm talking about motor insurance now.
Okay.
I tell you that, okay, fill this form for me, get me this invoice from your mechanic, and give me these images. The client either forgets or thinks it's not really important or does not believe what I'm saying as your consultant or your agent. The client goes ahead to repair the car on my blind side without taking the images. Now, 3-4 months down the line, you think, this amount I paid like 900 cedis. Let me go and file the claim and take the money. You fill the form, get your invoice, you give me all the documents I want, then I tell you, okay, I want an image of the car.
The car, yeah.
Just after the accident. I tell you, okay, you give me an image of it and make sure you try to capture the vehicle number because of insurance fraud.
Okay.
You can't just capture one side and say, this is my vehicle. We need to know that this is the number, this is the vehicle that we insured.
Okay.
Now, because you've repaired it and you forgot to take the images, you are unable to submit that picture. And you agree with me that it is common knowledge that auditors will not allow us to pay that claim because what shows that that's the car.
That's the car, yeah.
And this is something that has happened, actually. So you realize that it will take time. Someone needs to convince somebody or the claim might even be denied after all. Everything might be denied.
Yeah.
Such a case is not really the fault of we, the insurers.
Yeah.
It is the fault of the client. Some of them, you ask them to bring documents and it takes forever. Now, for general insurance particularly, the end of the year is mostly slow because people are not insuring. So we also are a bit stingy with our money.
Okay.
So we wait more. But if it's in the early half of the year, people are buying insurance, people are buying new cars, they are buying insurance, so the turnaround of money is really, really, really high.
People have to buy for you to be able to pay others too.
Yes. Because most of the time, the truth of the matter is that when we collect the premiums, we put them in investments. That's when the investments are long term. So we need some of these premiums coming regularly to be able to do some of the other payments. Yeah. So claim delays is a bouquet of issues because some of them, the documents they bring are not up to. They have to wait forever. Some of them, maybe an officer who is supposed to sign something is not available.
Yeah.
Or someone who is supposed to go and inspect something is not available. So, but we are trying. I know for my company, the company I sell for, maximum 2 weeks.
Okay.
You are paid.
That's maximum.
Yeah, maximum 2 weeks.
Have you paid like in a day before? Like
no.
24 hours?
No, we don't have that service.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have that service.
What's the earliest one can claim?
The earliest that I have seen, and I was shocked myself, is within a week.
Oh, wow. You were
the person
shocked.
filed a claim like Monday. By Tuesday, what we call the DV, the discharge voucher, came.
Okay.
And by Friday, he told me he's received the money. I'm like, are you sure? I said, yes, I received money. The money is in my Momo wallet.
Wow.
So, okay. And other times, a collection of checks come and you don't see some particular check. Like, okay, what happened? And so we are working on it.
Okay.
We those who are facing the client don't have access to the decision made when they are selecting who to pay or not.
Okay.
There are some of them amounts that are a bit high, so they say, okay, hold on, let's pay these people.
Okay.
Then give us some 2 days or 3 days to pay them. To those things. But I believe that's all boils down to communication.
Okay.
My ability to tell a client that, you know what, I filed your claim, we are working on it, your check is not ready yet. And me not ghosting the client.
Yes.
Because I mean, I told you somebody checked with me that I'll deposit for him. I mean, I kept in touch with him constantly.
Right.
Oh, Charlie Clemens, your check is not ready, but I'm working on it. I mean, he texts me, I reply.
Yeah, and that's assuring.
That's assuring. As soon as the check came, I took a shot and so Charlie will check numbers.
Yeah.
So it's more of the ability to manage the relationship.
Right.
It can take long, but if the person is hearing from you and the person is sure that Charlie,
and I think a lot of these insurance challenges, it has to do with this relationship thing that you're talking about. Because it's like, I have my money with you, and now I'm going to take it.
I'm not hearing from you too.
So it's a bit some way. So when the relationship is managed well, I mean, it cools down the tempers, and then we can roll.
There's one lady who threatened me. You if you don't pay, I'll advise myself. I said, and I hate losing clients because
and it's not just one person you're losing. It's that ripple effect. Yeah.
This guy, don't do it with him.
Yeah.
So somehow I was there when she sent the image I was calling for, and her claim was paid. I personally deposited a check in her account for her. I was there when she sent me something though, something small.
Gracia.
Yeah, I like that. So I think it can really get difficult. I mean, dealing with human beings, it's work.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to have some uncomfortable conversations. I have a client, she did a policy for 6 months. And with a 6 months policy, you have to renew on or before the last day of the 6 months.
Okay.
So that you pay 30% of what you are supposed to pay for the whole year to get another 6 months. Because the first 6 months was the 70%. And the next 6 months, 30%. Now, if you don't renew on or on the last day of the first 6 months, then you lose that 30% paying opportunity.
Okay.
So you have to start all over again.
Wow.
So I tested this my client that Charlie, your thing is ending now. She said, okay, you hear from me. Then the day came and I did not hear from her. Okay, I called, she did not pick. And about 4 days time, she comes and says she wants to pay. Like, Charlie,
it's passed.
It's passed.
Oh.
But you let me go and talk to my underwriter and see. And when the lady was like, why are you talking to me about this? Because you know the rules. Also, can't you do anything about it? No, I can't do anything. If I do something about it, I'll also be queried from my upline. Okay, so I went back to my friend, and my friend like, I've been with you for like 2 years, and just this one, just 2 days, you can't do anything for me. I said, but I told you, I even tested you when we were getting close. I said, no, yes, you tested me, but what? In actual fact, if she had told me to go ahead, we could have done the thing even when the money is not ready.
Not ready, yeah.
But when you instructed me, then I feel like, okay,
you want to opt out or something.
And I can't think for you.
Yeah.
Then I just allowed her to cool down small. About a week or something, I called her and told her, I'm not really comfortable with you driving without insurance because sometimes the repercussions can be really there. So let's find a way around it. I think it's all about understanding how the human relationship works.
That's
and
right.
try to take advantage of it.
Yeah. In terms of laying claims and all those things, can the person, like the individual himself or herself, go for these things, or you need your agent to take the lead and then work things on your behalf?
So you don't need a person who sold the policy to you. But what I tell people is that just like I'm trying to sell the policy to you, I'm trying to sell the company to you. When you have claim and you are working it through me, I will have to now sell you to the company. That this is my clients. I will now be giving them the pressure to work on yours for you. Okay. Otherwise, you have to always leave your work
and be going
up and down. But why would you do that when I am your agent?
Yeah. You know, you mentioned something like sometimes getting to the end of the year, people are not really paying. And so it takes a little while for people to get their claims because when the money comes, it goes into investments.
Long-term investments.
Long-term. So my question is, looking at the current situations we are facing, I mean, it's not just Ghana. Globally, there's this economic crisis and all that. Is this economic crisis in any way affecting insurance policies negatively, or we are on the safe side? We should sleep when we talk about insurance. You hear of a lot of people having their investments with banks and all that. Today they are complaining, and there's a whole lot of it's crazy. It's a whole lot of issues around. So is it the same for insurance?
Insurance, you can sleep peacefully because the period we are in, we've seen some rise in inflation, which means the price of things are going up.
High, yeah.
Now, your side mirror that you used to buy for say 200 cedis, should cost you about 400 or 500 cedis now.
No, yeah.
Now, it is the commonest thing that we've been experiencing, that the Okada rider rips off somebody's mirror and he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, even if he stands there, he can't buy it. He will just beg you. And you have to let him go. You have to fall on your insurer.
Yeah.
Technically, the economic crisis does not really affect our pool. It doesn't really affect our payout.
Okay.
What I would want people to rather understand is that this is the best time to be insured.
Okay.
Because the risk that insurance covers is not something you want to bear now. If an Okada rider rips off your mirror right now and costing you like 500, I'm not sure you want to really part way with 500 cedis. Some unplanned 500 cedis.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is actually the best time to buy insurance. I'm not sure somebody's ready to, experience any form of death around the person now, because the amount of money that to go down is not, a child's play. And if you're not insured alive, then you have to pick that money from your savings or your business or anywhere that you can get money. Take some wicked interest loans, which I'm not sure anybody is ready to do now.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do now is to make sure that all exposed areas are covered.
Right.
All risks that you are exposed to are covered. Because if those risks crystallize, it's going to cost you more to solve those problems.
Yeah.
But when you are insured, you just follow on your insurer.
That's right.
And quite recently, our regulator issued a circular and said that, okay, for third party alone, we're charging 327 cedis for third party.
Okay.
And the benefits were 5,000 for third party damages. If you run your car into somebody's property, somebody's car, somebody's building, damage somebody's goods or something, we pay up to 5,000 cedis. Now, for the occupants of the vehicle, when you are involved in an accident, we pay up to 5,000 cedis. That's what we call personal accident.
Okay.
Now, the regulator said, okay, things are tough. Let's increase the third party to 468 and increase the third party when you damage somebody's property to 6,000. Now, for the personal accident, the occupants of the vehicle, when there's an accident, let's give them 7,000.
Okay.
So you can see how the industry is positioning itself to help people in these challenging times.
Yeah.
When the issue came up, people were talking about the increment, but I'm surprised they never spoke about the benefits. Well, maybe they did not see it from that angle, but we, those who are in the industry, are seeing it from that angle. Yeah. So we may be in difficult times, but this is the best time to be insured.
Right.
Because when the risk crystallizes, you have to bring the money. And this is not a time you want to pick money from your savings or your
savings, guys.
Is it there? The savings has already saved us. So this is not a time to pick money from anywhere apart from relying on your insurance.
Right.
And even if you have to just get money and make sure you've covered all exposed angles, from health insurance to life to general.
Yeah.
But do you know that it costs 0.5% to insure assets in your house?
Okay.
That's cheap. 0.5%. It's not 0.5 or 0.5%. So that should be like 0.05 times the value.
Okay.
The whole building is 0.2%, less than 1%. So if you tell me your house is costing, say, 1 million cedis, then I'm charging you 0.2% of that 1 million cedis.
Okay.
That is what you are paying me.
Okay.
And it's almost insignificant looking at the 1 million we are talking about.
Yeah.
But the reason why it is insignificant is that it is not a frequent something to hear houses go up in flames or something.
Yeah.
So we are dealing with the lack of frequency, but high severity.
Okay.
So you have a lot of people paying, and you know that, okay, it will occur to one person, then we use that money to So for insurance, it's about, the low frequency, high severity.
Okay, so still on the insurance, you were talking about comprehensive and third party and all that. Can you really let us know?
Throw more light.
Yes, throw more light on that.
Okay, so for vehicle insurance, motor insurance, we have 3 covers. We have the third party.
Okay.
Third party fire and theft.
Okay.
We have comprehensive. Now, the third party is the most basic insurance anybody needs to be on the road.
Okay.
So what is bigger?
I'm sure that's the cheapest too.
That's the cheapest. It's cheapest to your pockets.
Yeah.
But when something happens, it's very, very expensive to the pockets.
Yeah.
It says that, okay, when I hit somebody's car, when I run into somebody's wall, when I run into somebody's shop or goods, when I destroy somebody's property, pay the person up to. So for now, pay the person up to 5,000 cedis.
Okay.
That 5,000 is something you can increase. We call it third-party property damage.
Okay.
You can increase that. I think 2% per that value you want to increase it to.
Okay.
So somebody can say, okay, it's 5,000, but I want to increase mine to say 10,000 cedis.
Okay.
So that means extra 5,000. So we pay 2% of the extra 5,000 cedis. Yeah. Then it also covers injury or death caused to somebody.
Okay.
For that, there's no cap because we can't put the value on life.
Yeah.
So based on what it costs to heal the person or compensate the family, then there's a calculation that is done around that and paid out. Then obviously the occupants of the vehicle, which you call personal accident, which used to be 5,000, but now it's going up to 7,000.
Okay.
So that is what third party covers. Then we have third party fire and theft. So for private vehicles, it is 1% of the value of the car, of the vehicle. Now, it takes care of all the benefits I mentioned under third party.
Okay.
Plus theft of a part or whole of the vehicle and fire.
Okay.
So the third party fire and theft takes care of the third party benefits and theft of whole of the car or part of it and fire. Now, a part of the vehicle is any part of the vehicle that comes with it. Any part of it. I mean, it could be your battery, your car tape, your mirror, or any part. Yeah. Then the almighty comprehensive. That's my favorite.
Yes, I see you talk about that a lot on social media.
You know, I went somewhere and met a friend, and he said, "Oh, I bought my insurance. Why didn't you buy from me?" I said, "But you know, you don't sell third party." Why would you even think that way? You're always talking about comprehensive. Charlie, even if it's quarter party, bring it. But I am excited about comprehensive because of the peace of mind it brings. So imagine you've invested like 100,000 cedis into a car and you say, I want to protect that 100,000 cedis. That is months of work. That is years of travel time that you've worked hard to raise that 100,000 cedis to buy a car. And you just, more like you have the money, 100,000 cedis, and you leave it in front of your gate without anybody watching it. Yeah, that's how I describe a vehicle that you've not bought comprehensive for. And with comprehensive, it takes care of all the benefits under third party. Okay. All the benefits under fire and theft. And accidental damage to the vehicle. Okay. So accidental damage could be someone running into you, into the vehicle, flood, someone stealing a part of it which is covered under theft. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes people run into your vehicle. Imagine a truck driver running into your vehicle. The person gets out and kneels down and starts begging. What can you do? In as much as you be annoyed and angry and perhaps some smoke coming out of your ears, you just have to let the person go. But if you have comprehensive, you just call your insurer and they'll sort you out. Yeah. Basically, we are saying that I don't want any problem. I've bought my car, I've insured it. If there's any damage to it, accidental damage to it, my insurance will pay. If my insurers are interested, they are going to chase the person who caused it. Okay. That's what we call subrogation. Okay. But it doesn't really happen much in Ghana because, I mean, if I don't chase your client who did something to my client, if you don't chase my client who did something to your client, then we are all in good business on written agreements. Yeah. So, I mean, in the morning, when I had a call from a client. You know, sometimes if you are into insurance, when you receive the call, not Charlie, something that's happened. So I just call her, Adwoa, how are you? This is Charlie, I'm fine. So I've sent you some images, look and revert. So I watched, and I think she was driving at par with a tractor or something. And you know, sometimes you can enter their blind side. For the big trucks. For the smokers can enter their blind side. So I think that happened, and her mirror was ripped off and a part of her fender was scratched. I was okay, we will pay. I mean, it's comprehensive. So that's the kind of peace of mind comprehensive brings. So imagine she did not have comprehensive. Now you'll be chasing this tractor driver who he will not even mind you. I mean, you have to at the end of the day pay yourself. Unnecessary stress. I mean, I think she paid around 3,000 cedis for a premium. Okay. And this, what she's bringing me is 1,500. Okay. She's coming for half of the money. Okay. And we've not even gone anywhere in a year.
Yeah. So the money you pay is like one time, or you keep paying? You mentioned she paid like three
for the premium. Yeah. So if you tell me your vehicle is valued at say 100,000 cedis, and I give you a premium, that should be like 5% plus the 327. The premium you are paying is covering up to the 100,000 cedis.
Okay.
So you can make claims up to the 100,000 cedis.
Okay.
And even if somebody steals the vehicle or the vehicle is involved in an accident that cannot be repaired, sometimes the accident is such a way that it doesn't make economic sense to repair the vehicle.
Okay.
What we do is that claim. If you've not made any claim, we pay you the 100,000 cedis. Or that's for someone who bought 100%. If you bought 90% cover, we take 10% out. Let's assume the person bought 100%. We give you the 100,000 cedis. All things being equal, we give you the 100,000 cedis and we possess the damaged vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you call write-off, we pay you off.
Okay.
And you are gone. So you can make claims up to the 100,000 cedis. But what we need to also understand is that when you make a lot of claims, then we mark you as a high-risk driver.
Okay.
Then you might have to pay more at your renewal.
Okay.
The reason being that earlier on I mentioned that the insurance is like a pool. So we have this bowl that we all put money inside.
Yeah.
When need be, we come to fetch.
Yeah.
Now, it is just okay that the person who fetch more contributes more at the next round.
Yeah.
Otherwise, somebody's been cheated.
Yeah.
So if you also did not fetch or did not fetch much, then either you are paying less because it's okay. The first one we contribute, actually did not even pick some from the bowl. Okay, so we reduce what you contribute at the second round. That is how come someone will make a claim, and the next year your premium will go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you fetch from the bowl, and it's just fair that as we are going another round, you pay a little bit more. Yeah.
So if let's say the whole year I've not come to claim anything, Sikanashe.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Wow.
But that is why when you are come to renew, we give you what you call the no claim discount.
Okay.
But Priscilla, let's look at it this way. 100,000 cedis. 100,000 by 5% plus 327 now. If your vehicle is valued at 100,000 cedis and you want 100% comprehensive, you are paying 5827. Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, this 5827 is your premium.
Okay.
If you buy the insurance today, I do it for you, and you came to pick your documents and you're moving out, and from nowhere somebody crashes your vehicle, and we think it doesn't make economic sense to repair it, we have to pay you 100,000 cedis. So you're paying just 5% plus this, and you stand to receive 100,000 cedis several times what you gave me. So it's not just fair that if nothing happens, me too, I keep this money.
Keep the money
to compensate myself.
we have to think about that.
Yes. And as I said earlier on, it's like a pool. So as you're not claiming, the risk has crystallized in somebody's life, and somebody's also claiming. So insurance saves us from a lot of social burden. Imagine all the Makola women insure their shops. When there's fire, their friends don't need to make contributions for them.
Yeah.
When we live in a society whereby we have an association and we all pay insurance, say we insure as a society, as an association, and somebody loses their father or their mother, we don't have to contribute.
Yeah.
Which is a social burden. So the insurance lifts that social burden from us. So one of the major benefits of insurance, it lifts that social burden from people.
Yeah, that's right. We'll try to find some time to talk about like the details of pensions and all that another time. And then maybe the life insurance and then the other ones. But before we come to a close, would you tell us like what would you suggest, what advice would you give to, let's say, someone who is now starting up life? Maybe you just completed university, you've done your national service and now you're working. In terms of insurance, how do you think the person should set out? Okay,
for someone who is setting out new, first of all, I would want you to make sure your employer is paying your pensions contribution, your SNIT.
Okay.
Yes, that is one. Secondly, if your parents or your guardian is alive, buy a life insurance for the person.
Okay.
It's something that, some form of insurance is better than no insurance at all.
I'm not cutting you, but this life insurance thing about parents, I was so skeptical. I was like, you people too, why should I come and buy?
I say, we are scaring you.
I'm killing them.
No, really, you're not killing them. What you are doing is really helping you yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the risks will always crystallize.
Yes.
But we don't know when.
We don't know when. Yeah.
In fact, we are not even praying that it should happen now.
Yes.
I mean, our parents have really helped. We need to make money and really make them enjoy.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah. So buy life insurance. So for the life insurance, you can buy for your parents or your guardian.
Okay.
There should be some form of what you call insurable interest.
Okay.
So that the person's passing away must affect you financially.
Okay.
So that is why I can't just get up and insure, say, the president.
Okay.
Because the president's passing on, or I mean, I'm not saying he's going to pass on. Somebody is passing on. A celebrity is passing on. Will not affect me financially.
Yeah.
But my guardian, my
someone who is close.
Yes, a family.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to establish that linkage.
Okay.
When you get that done, I mean, if you have a vehicle, make sure you have the best form of cover for the vehicle.
That's comprehensive.
And I mean, I love the peace of mind comprehensive brings. And some companies have what we call workman compensation.
Okay.
What it means is that in the course of your work, for say Monday to Friday, you are working. If anything happens to you during your working hours, there's a policy for that. So we look at what you do and give you a premium.
Okay.
Some companies even buy 24/7.
Okay.
For
so those are for companies, or individuals can also buy those.
So individual can buy what you call a personal accident.
Okay.
Whilst I'm going about doing whatever I'm doing, if I'm involved in the form of accident, I'm entitled to this amount of money.
Okay.
And such things lift some burden from those that you love.
Yeah.
Because when something happens to you and you don't have money, I mean, the burden rolls onto those who have emotional investment in you.
Right.
So when you have these things, you just call your consultants. This has all, call this person, tell your whoever is in charge to call this person, and the claim is processed for you, and you get some form of money.
Right.
And what I've realized is that people don't read the insurance documents.
Yeah.
And they don't make effort to assess the benefits. So something happens, they just ignore it. Some people say, oh, we cry by long dodo. So some people, they refuse to assess the insurance. Then it creates that wave of notion that insurance, with my insurance, but I realize that you are not assessing it.
Right. So before you give us the last thing you want us to know, I mean, how do people get in touch with you if they want to, buy policies or get to know more, and then also connect on that level?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn as Isaac Amoyaw.
Okay.
The Amoyaw is spelled Amoyaw.
Okay.
The Isaac double A. So
Okay.
Isaac Amoyaw.
Okay.
And I don't know if my number is allowed here.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yes, 020-78-78-919.
Okay.
I think that's quite simple.
Yeah.
020-78-78-919.
Yeah. Please, when they call you, give them discount too.
Oh, they just mention your name.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Please contact him. He will give you such a wonderful service, and you will love it. You will even end up bringing more people, you know, because of the great service. So finally, what do you tell us, as insurance is concerned? Final thing.
I think insurance is something that everybody should have. And the economic conditions now is the more reason why we need to have insurance, because everything is going up, but our insurance rates are almost the same. And when you bring a bill, I mean, we wouldn't say because the economic situation is not really favorable, we will not pay. The bills we pay are things that I don't want you to pay.
Okay.
The claims that we pay you are bills that I don't want you to pay as an individual.
Yeah.
So just sign on to any insurance products that you think you are exposed to. And then make sure you read your documents and understand and be clear on what's you are covered.
Right.
And I mean, I'm very sure when people experience insurance, they love it. But a lot of people are, I don't want to say blinded, but for lack of a better expression, they are blinded by what others have said. Oh, insurance. I mean, sometimes I see some comments on social media and I go to the person, okay, share your experience with me. What really happened? And realize the person doesn't even have any experience.
It's based on what others are saying.
Others are saying.
Yeah.
And finally, if any insurance company is trying to cheat you, there's what we call the CMAB. CMAB.
Okay.
Yes. They are into the resolution of such issues.
Okay.
If you have any insurance, just look for CMAB on social media. CMAB.
Okay.
CMAB. Just look for CMAB on social media, and they are there. So they more like it's an industry tribunal.
Okay.
That because of such comments and such issues, the industry has put together a team that resolves such stuff.
That's great.
Yeah. So you have issues, you call them, they take the necessary information, and they do the right thing for you. I mean, if it's not possible, they tell you point blank, it's not possible. Maybe because your insurance company is telling you, don't believe them. And when external opinion, then you believe them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, guys. So don't just listen to this alone. Share it with someone. You find the Business of Everyday podcast on most of your, podcast app, on Apple, on Spotify, on Pocket Cast, Google Podcast, all the podcast app that you know. Just search the Business of Everyday podcast, and also subscribe to it so that you don't miss any episode. So, Isaac Amoyaw, our special insurance consultant, number one. Thank you so much for your time and
You're welcome.
Enlightening us on what we need to know about insurance. We are grateful that you came today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all another time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone you know needs to hear it. Do consider subscribing to this podcast on whatever platform or podcast app you're listening from, so you do not miss out on the good stuff happening right here. I will catch you next week. Until then, be great.